Hello and welcome back to Jumble Lane. Before I start talking about the latest updates on the layout, I'd like to do a few thank yous. First of all, thank you to everybody who subscribed to me. I've gone over the 200 subscribers now. A lot of it is down to shout outs and other YouTubers, especially Barnsley Junction, that's Jason and Stuart at Valley Brook, and in the first place getting me kicked off from the beginning, starting from very few subscribers to the first sort of 30 or 40 was Mark at Centurion, so a big thank you to him as well. The community that we're all, a lot of us are involved in, and that's the YouTube, Facebook users. I can't remember the name of the title, so forgive me, but you all know what I mean. It's very good and we're all happy about that, and it seems to be doing quite a good job of keeping everybody together, and it's great, it's bringing people together, and it's we're all sharing lots of information, and that's what's good, and it brings a nice virtual community. Tuesday night, as you can remember, I was at Valley Brook with Barnsley Junction's YouTube Tuesday. That was fun, a bit daunting, I'll say not daunting, but it went very quickly. Sat there with your phone in your hand watching all the messages comes through. You don't really get a chance. If you sat at home just watching it, you're listening to what's going on, and you're watching the comments, and all you're doing is watching what comments are coming through and then answering to some of them or responding like that. Whereas when you're involved in it, it all gets a bit too quick, and a lot of it goes past without you realising, and you're trying to think of, oh, I must answer that, and then while you're thinking about that, looking to who your answer to, another one's come up and that takes you by surprise, and then you've got to start thinking about that one as well. So you don't always get back to everybody and answer everybody, but I think once I've got a few more hours of videos and possibly a couple of live streams under my belt, I'll be a bit more settled with it. So that was pretty good. That was an experience, and thank you to both Stuart and Jason for that experience, because I really enjoyed myself. So thanks again. So back to this layout. I have got some news about one little modification I shall be doing. I have got the inclines lowered and the upper level lowered by around about 40mm, so the slopes probably 2 to 2.5% now, as opposed to what I thought should have been about 2.5–3%, which probably was more around 4–4.5%. So I got it all wrong, and I don't mind admitting that I got it wrong, and that's what it's all about. You're testing everything all the time. You need to test. You need to make sure all your trains run and it works for you and the layout works, because it's no good sticking a load of ballast down, a load of scenery, buildings and everything else, and then find out trains don't run not the way you want them to, etc. So you have to get it right from the outset, and once you've done that, just get on and make it look pretty afterwards. That's the fun of it, all the bits and pieces that go in. And yeah, I can't wait to start putting ballast down. I can't wait to bring buildings in. I can't wait to get in the effects that I want to put into it and start making some films with trains running around. I haven't got a lot of trains at the moment. I hope to increase that as time goes on. And I have learnt as I get older that patience is a virtue, and once you get it working like clockwork, then you can start to make it look pretty, but not until. So that's my advice for everybody. get it working and get things running, and then start with the rest. So I'll get the camera off the tripod, and I'll show you the layout. Right, we'll start in the wardrobe area. The slope is a bit lower, and as you come round through the first tunnel there, you'll notice that the bottom of it has been cut out a bit because the track is lower, and you can see there's a line on the wall. That's the height that it used to be. So I've come down just over an inch. It's basically the blocks that are underneath there supporting it. I've took one of the blocks out, so it's lowered by around about 40 mil. And then the piece of wood that is cut out underneath the MDF, that is to give me some more height for the bridge that will be there, and again just there. So I haven't lost everything, and it will still remain. And then as we come round by the window, it's lower there and past the windowsill and comes down along here and back down to baseboard height. So hopefully that's going to make the bigger difference, and you won't get any locos sat there with the wheels spinning when they're trying to drag some coaches or some wagons up the incline. One of the problems that I'm faced with now is that the heritage line doesn't go underneath there anymore. There's no room. The height that I was trying to achieve was to allow me to get the track, and as you can see from the cork, which still goes under there, that's where it went underneath there and came out there. So this being the heritage line along there and back round to the main line there, and the same on this end. Now there's a line to nowhere, so I've got to reroute that and bring it round within that curve, and I don't want to get too close to it, because what I need to do is build up an embankment from the high level and then back down to the normal baseboard height, so I can create a cut-in. So the line will be hidden almost, and you'll get a better view of it from above. I do want to have a point over here, so it's just not a loop off the line. There'll be a siding as well, so that will come in, and there'll be like a station or something, a little halt, just so passengers can get on there at the heritage centre and then get back onto the main line and then go off on there. So anyway, and that's the idea behind that. How it actually happens, we'll have to see. Right, one of the biggest changes that I should be making to the layout, well, sort of addition more than anything else, is a turntable. Now, basically, on this layout, there's nowhere for anything to be turned around, or locos, or specifically steam engines to turn around and face the other way. So having a turntable here and some shed area, or some track where they can just sit there until they're needed, and that's what I'm thinking of doing. I've actually got the turntable. It was a present off my parents for my birthday, and I've actually got it a month early, so I can sort of another toy to play with. Coming off the main track on the slope, you can see there's a point there, and that would have come down to what would have been the fiddle yard. There'll be a little point there, right in the centre of the screen, and that goes over to there, because that's a crossover, and then we'll have a head shunt along the back there, and then the shunter can reverse up there with some coaches, or it could be a DMU that parks up on one of the two tracks there. All this part here will be fitted on top of some 9mm MDF to bring it off the baseboard, because then that will be level with the bottom of the slope. At the moment, that point there is suspended between the two parts, so I've got to cut some more MDF and fit that down. Now then, it's one of two things with this turntable. Roughly there, and then in this area here, there'll be like two pieces of track coming off it, and they will be for a small shunter, which I haven't got yet, but hopefully I shall pick up a small shunter from somewhere. And then I've got 5 pieces of track. I'm not sure I'll be able to get 6 pieces of track in there, and they will be for housing the engines, and probably put a diesel fueling point in between the head shunt and the first piece of track, and then other furniture around I'll have, just to make it look a bit sort of unique. What I want to do is, and this is where the turntable comes in, I either put the turntable there or I bring it down a bit more. If I bring it down a bit more, I've got to extend these rails to the end of the baseboard. As you can see from the shaded part, that will be the car park for this station. And at the moment, the station will fit here. There's a parcels office and a booking office and a platform, and I've just got to extend the platform a bit further along so I can get a decent length of platform for the passengers to get on the trains. Now, I can either bring the track right to the end of the baseboard, in which case I'll lose the car park for the station, or I can leave it where it is a bit further up. I can't bring it too far down, because obviously here I've got the station, and that's the dimensions of the station, so it would only come down a couple of more inches to fill that spot. And then if I didn't have the car park there, the car park would be imaginary there behind where the door is. So that's the intentions. I've got to do some more measuring. I'm going to use the rule of measure twice, cut once. See what fits in. I have measured the platform that my dad built, the office, parcels office and booking office station. It does fit in there. And as I say, I've got the turntable, but I'm leaving it in the box for now until I've got ideas of where everything is going, and then I shall get the template out, make sure the hole's in the right place before I do the honours with the jigsaw, and see how I get on. I have got some more plans for this side, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to carry out that at the moment, because it means using a point sort of here to bring down to here, where I shall put a double slip. If I can get my head around the double slip and get it working okay, then I've already got a double slip. I'll just need some more point motors, and they will go on there, and then there'll be the third line which goes over this level crossing here where the Jumble Lane signal box is. This point will then come out and just be a straight line, and then these points will be modified this left hand point will be changed to a right hand point. So the line comes along there and then go on to there for the programming track. That is more precise with how it was in 1958 with the 3 tracks going across the level crossing there. I don't mind having to take track up and do it and put it right. I don't mind doing all that work. It's just getting my head around the double slip. I understand the principles in how it works, but it just daunts me a little bit. And if I get through to doing it, then I should be all right, and I should be happy then. I don't think I'll be happy unless it's all done. Right, I thought I'd add on this little bit of news and information at the end of the video, and it saves having to put a separate one up. But the lounge layout, and this is the lounge layout, is a 6 foot by 4 foot layout, and this is going to be given away to any one of you who wants to enter the giveaway competition, and it was going to be for 500 subscribers. Now, a quick little story, I don't really want to bore you, but I am due to have a knee operation, and that will put me sort of out of action for a few weeks or a couple of months or whatever. And as with the NHS, you never know exactly when this is going to happen. You could plan for it and then it could be delayed. So timing is of the essence. So what I've decided to do is, this is going to be a 300 subscriber giveaway. The layout as you see it, it's got a small building at the top. It's a little Metcalfe building, pavilion. There's a small plastic dapole kit, I think it's a dapole kit, or of a sort of cottage, along with a sort of garden and some pigs in the mud. It has got 2 tunnel portals where the track goes round, and it has got a piece at the back which has to be refixed, and it's got a switch panel, and it'll come with a plug-in power supply so you can switch the lights for the buildings and the lights for street lights, etc. There are 2 street lights fitted to the thin platform there, and that platform has not been fixed yet. It's a wider platform and it could house a platform building or something, so I won't fix that because it could be modified to suit how you want to do things. I have removed the 3 buildings out of there, and I shall tidy that up and clean it up, and that's because they were very late editions and my father built them for me for the layout, and they will be going on my new layout. There's a small coal office and there's a signal box. On the other side there is a water tower, plastic Hornby kit of a engine shed. This is one that I made myself, scratch built from balsa wood and Metcalfe paper. Now there are 2 points over there, they're all surface mounted Hornby points. There's 2 points there on a crossover. There is a point motor in that box there, linked to that point. There's another crossover there, another set of points there, and another set of points here. All these points are connected to the Hornby accessory decoder. There's 2 of them, so you've got the chance up to 8 sets of points or accessories. They're included in it, and they are fixed to the underside of the board round about this area. At the moment it's wired for DCC, but it can easily be converted over to DC if that's your wish. But this is a giveaway. Once it's yours, you can do with it what you like. You can take it up, you can change it, you can keep it as it is. You can do what you like with it. I haven't got the heart just to dismantle it and take it to pieces. Since my childhood, this is the first bit of track laying I've done. It's not the best, certainly it's not 100%, but it's functional and it works, and you can get some fun out of it. So this is the giveaway. So it is what you can see. There's only one stipulation that comes with it. It has to be collected, and that's the only stipulation. I will help as much as I possibly can. It measures 6 foot by 4 foot, and you've probably got 12-14 inches thickness there, so that's the sort of dimensions it will be in. That for back of a transit or something like that, and it would quite easily be transported. So everything that you see there is included. Underneath is all the wiring, and there are, like I say, 2 Hornby 4-channel accessory decoders. They're addressed 1 to 4 and 5 to 8. So they can be, they are included in there. There's no controller, no trains, but everything else. There are lights in the engine shed, or both the engine sheds, in the signal box, and in the cottage, the thatched cottage. There is also lights on the buffers, which are at the end of the head shunt at the corner, and one in between the platforms, one inside that engine shed, and the 2 so little red lights in the buffers which come on as well, and that is operated by the switch there. That's all wired. All the information about the way it's all wired will be given as well, including the plan. And if you plan on using Railmaster software, I can give you the file which will be the layout file for the layout. So that will work on Railmaster, and all you need to do then is add your locos. So that's ready if you want to use that. As I say, there's I think it's a 5 amp 12 volt power supply that plugs into there. That's included, a little plug-in power supply, because it really does belong to the system that I've wired in there. So that is the giveaway, and as I say, as soon as I get to 300, that'll be on the draw for a giveaway. But I've got to do some organising for that, so when I get closer to it, then I shall advertise the fact that this is the rules of the competition, and this is how you enter. But quite honestly, it's just down to the fact that you must let me know that you want to be entered for the draw, and also that you must be subscribed to my channel, and that's the only stipulations, and the fact that you'll have to come and pick it up if you win. So I'm just south of Birmingham, so it's in the middle of the UK, so unless you are across the pond in America or somewhere else, then it's going to be quite an expensive way of getting a 6x4 layout. So it's up to you if you do want to enter for the draw, but I'm sorry, I can't give anything else away. The only reason I am giving this away is because this is in my lounge, it's taking up almost a quarter of my lounge, and it can't stay here for much longer, especially if I'm going to be hobbling around with sticks for a while. So that is the giveaway. So I've been going on for long enough now, so I'll leave you to it, and then hopefully I'll be bringing some more videos out for you to see soon. Okay, bye.